Hey kids, I really don't want to do this. Um, my wife was an artist. She was amazing. She'd wake up every morning. She would rush the kids off to school. She would drink her coffee and she would clean. And what she was doing was knocking things off of her to-do list in order to clear the way for her art. She allowed it to drive every decision that she made. Fire in the veins, I fight again, breaking all the rules to keep me sane. The people that got to spend time with my wife, they saw that fire. They were amazed, just how fast she worked, how fun it was, how inspiring she could be. And I mean, I'm grateful that all those people got to see it. But man, if you could have seen it from like start to finish, it was amazing. An idea would come into her head in the middle of the night. She'd break out a journal and she'd write it down. And she would sit there and brainstorm, like, okay, how could I make this better? You know, how do I change the colors, the textures, what materials do I want to use? Do I need a makeup team? Um, what kind of lighting do I want to use? She was a huge fan of natural light. Outdoor scene photography was her thing. But then she would put it into her computer, into an editing program, and she created some of the most beautiful art I've ever seen. So what happened? Well, let's go back. In 2012, I became a truck driver. Um, her and I were dating at the time, and it was amazing. I mean, we aligned on so many of our core values that I couldn't believe I met this person who agreed with me on all of the deeper questions, like family's the most important thing. Um, Being kind to people, even when they're ugly to you. And we can both get mad. I mean, don't get me wrong, but we tried not to ever lash out and say things that we regret later, because it's more important to love people than it is to prove you're right or to hurt anyone just because they wronged you. I mean, it honestly doesn't matter. If they wronged you, chances are it's something going on with them. It has nothing to do with you. Um, Let that go. Early on, she was focused on the kids and providing them with adventures, experiences, and moments that they could look back on forever and be proud of. And that's the primary reason I'm starting here with this vlog. I am not a blogger. A blogger. I don't even know how to say it right. This is me processing everything that happened. May of 2012, I decided to become a truck driver, and in the summer of 2012, she found a small lump in her breast, and we freaked out. She rushed to the doctor, got it tested. Doctor didn't seem too concerned. It was soft, and it didn't seem indicative of anything troubling that they had seen before. So they got the biopsy sent off to the lab, and I remember we were kind of not worried just because the doctor was so calm at the time. And when I got that phone call after the test results came back, she didn't even want to stay on the phone. She said, "It's cancer. I'll call you back." And that's it. Our lives changed in one tiny little moment. It was out of our hands. The type of cancer she had was an aggressive estrogen fed cancer, so instantly diet changes and lifestyle changes. Um, and I'm not going to get into every single thing that you have to deal with cancer, because that's not what this is about. It's just the impetus that's driven me forward to create this vlog. And actually, I'm creating other things. I'm kind of getting away from my point. So for 7 years, she fought. She focused on the children. She focused on creating art, and she focused on capturing moments. Um, I'll never be able to find the right words to say what she meant to me. Um, but I can do the work. I'll never be able to honestly tell you how important the children were to her and how proud of them she was. But again, I can take that fire and I can build with it. Heavy grief never goes away. I have a mountain of pain in my pocket. And if I just reach for it for a second, I can fall apart. For a while, it didn't take me reaching for it. It was just all encompassing, and it was crushing. I mean, this huge part of my soul is just gone. Anyway, the 1 year anniversary of her passing is coming up in the next week, and I really worry that I will be a complete mess. I sometimes worry that I'm a complete mess anyways, because I haven't been able to move in nearly a year. And they say it's normal, but I mean, what's normal? Like, nothing is normal now. There is no normal. So how do I deal with it? My favorite way is to pick up a camera, especially her camera. Like, if I'm having a particularly artsy kind of day, it's almost like she's holding my hand and kind of showing me how to move forward. And since I watched her entire journey, I'll never be able to duplicate it or replicate it, but I can follow that path and see where it takes me. And that's all this is. This is me moving forward. What drove her photography was capturing moments. And that's all life is. Life's a moment. I mean, you're here and then you're not. It's quick. You know, there's moments that take away from who you are, and there's moments that build you up and they make a larger life. Like, and you're in control of which moments you choose to pursue. You may not be in control of how much you can do, or is outside of your control, like cancer. These things can easily destroy you, and heavy grief can easily destroy you. But there's another choice. You can create moments that build you up, build your life up, build up those around you, and pay honor and homage to those who you've lost. You're in charge. Create. I chose to create.